With over 4,000 individual parts and a distribution network reaching across North America, Mexico, Central and South America, Buffers USA is unique among parts wholesalers and distributors. But what makes us truly unique is our commitment to become involved in every aspect of the design, manufacture, and testing of many of the parts we now offer. John Hove, founder and president of Buffers USA, explains how the role of Buffers has expanded beyond that of a typical parts distributor.
From the very beginning, we made a decision to become more than just a parts distributor. It has always been important for me to make sure that we fully understand how the products we offer are manufactured. This means we need to know as much about materials and the manufacturing process as the manufacturers we do business with. This kind of knowledge enables us to set specific quality standards that our suppliers must meet.
To find sources it could manage to ensure a reliable, steady supply of quality parts for its customers, Buffers turned to China. After almost 16 years' experience and involvement with Chinese manufacturers, Buffers has established a proven network of Chinese manufacturing partners, including a joint venture fabrication operation formed over 12 years ago.
There are still many challenges involved in sourcing parts from China. If you're not knowledgeable about how the parts are made and the experience of the manufacturer, you can end up with substandard and poor quality parts. That is why we never buy parts from brokers. We source direct, and only from carefully selected manufacturers to ensure and control the quality of the parts we buy.
Such involvement with the sources of our products gives us improved control over the quality, cost, and inventory levels of the parts we supply. And this control over the quality of our parts begins before a single order is released for production. We've developed a robust in-house design and engineering capability.
Our in-house design capability and experience is another factor that sets us apart from a typical part supplier. Many of the products we sell were designed by us to solve a problem or help our customers meet a new technical requirement of the industry. For example, we have several patented twist-lock designs that offer new capabilities for securing containers to flatbed chassis and railcars.
Once a design is finalized, a prototype is manufactured and tested to ensure it meets our customers' specifications. The development of prototypes and samples is carried out in close cooperation with our Chinese manufacturers. Among the criteria used to select our Chinese partners are their experience and skills in manufacturing the process tooling we need to produce the finished part.
Skilled tooling engineers are important to keep costs down and quality up. So this is also an important criteria in our vendor selection process. And since we own all the tooling, it cannot be used by others. So it's therefore immediately available for us when we need it for production.
Controlling the design and tooling of parts and sourcing only from qualified manufacturers are important. But an often overlooked component of quality are the raw materials used in the various manufacturing processes. Depending on the product, the raw material can be mill-made and recycled steel, recycled rubber balanced with the proper additives such as nylon, carbon, and ash, and literally a choice of thousands of resins for our plastic injection molded parts. Here again, Buffers' knowledge and specific requirements ensure the quality and integrity of the finished part.
If the raw material is substandard, the finished product will be substandard. And this will be the case even if the part looks good. The challenge is to get control over what raw material is used and to make sure the correct material is in fact used. For example, Buffers requires that all raw materials for forged products be supported by material certificates from the mill, and all cast products must be produced at foundries that test the raw material melt before pouring to make sure it meets the correct chemical composition.
For each manufacturing process required to make a line of parts, Buffers has identified and qualified vendors, ensuring that they have the experience, equipment, and skilled workforce necessary to meet our demanding requirements for quality output and cost. Buffers only works with casting foundries that have invested in modern electric furnaces, high-yield automated molding lines, and continuous run computer-controlled heat treating equipment.
Heat treatment for both castings and forgings is very critical to achieving the correct strength, ductility and hardness of the finished parts. And the key to proper heat treatment is precise control of both temperature and time. This requires both very skilled operators and high quality equipment. One major selection criteria for foundries and forging shops for buffers is the type of heat treatment equipment they operate. The kind of consistent quality we demand requires an investment in modern heat treating equipment.
For our injection molding supplier, we have chosen a partner who has the experience and skill in the manufacture of our injection molded high-impact polystyrene products. One of our selection criteria for a plastic injection molding vendor was its involvement with supplying the automotive industry.
Experience has taught us that injection molding vendors that have the capability to supply parts to the automotive industry have all the things we're looking for in a supplier who can provide us with quality parts in a timely manner. They have advanced tooling shops, well-developed manufacturing process controls, and the discipline to follow quality control requirements.
Over the past 12 years, we have developed partnerships with several experienced Chinese rubber extrusion facilities. This choice of suppliers was the result of extensive research and many on-site visits to confirm their capabilities and expertise. To ensure the quality and competitiveness of these parts, we chose a vendor who has the capability to design and maintain the tooling on-site at each plant.
When it comes to rubber products, the production cost is very closely linked to quality. A good example is how much recycled rubber that is used. For instance, although the cost of mud flaps goes down if you use more recycled rubber in the mix, so does the rip strength. To achieve the right balance of cost and quality, Buffers only sources from manufacturers who mix their own material from the types and percentages of raw material we have mutually agreed upon.
The forging partners we have chosen to work with have made a significant investment in modern equipment and a skilled workforce, the two most important elements critical to sustaining repeatable quality.
When we need to source a high volume part and the shape allows for the part to be forged, this is our preferred manufacturing option instead of casting. Buffers USA selects a forging vendor based on the quality and capabilities of their equipment as well as in-house testing ability. We pay special attention to make sure that computer-operated, continuous feed heat treatment furnaces are used rather than batch-type furnaces. A well-controlled heat treatment process is our best guarantee for consistent quality.
To ensure we would always have a reliable, steady supply of quality parts, Buffers entered into a joint venture partnership with a highly experienced Chinese fabrication plant over 12 years ago.
To build a reputation as a reliable supplier of chassis twist locks and chassis spare parts, it was clear to me very early on that Buffers also needed a reliable manufacturing partner, willing to work long-term and exclusively with us. This joint venture, now over a decade old, has enabled us to control the quality and supply of parts that our customers depend on. Having this level of guaranteed access to production enables us to quickly introduce new or redesigned parts to meet special or changing needs of the industry.
Buffers' decision to go well beyond the role of a typical parts distributor demonstrates the commitment it is making to ensure that it will always be able to supply its customers with quality parts at inventory levels each customer needs to operate efficiently and cost-effectively.
For me, it's simple. We will not bring products to market unless we've been involved every step of the way. We don't want to just sell parts. We want to sell parts we know we can stand behind.